Welcome to Yin and Young. The following is a story taken from Chapter 2. I have called it, If You Must Dream, Dream of a Good Revolution. I hope you enjoy it. Who are these two characters, Bobby Young and Yinlin Dai? Like words spoken out of a dream, they appeared on this planet. First, there was no Yinlin, no Bobby. Then there was. Miracles of new life, embodying forth. And they are real people, though their names have been altered. The early years of their lives are a process of slowly waking out of a dream, as little by little they gain consciousness of themselves and the world they live in. Yet, looking back on this slow waking of childhood is also like trying to recall words spoken out in the dark, another kind of sleepy dream memory. And of course we embellish it, don't we? We have to. We add details and fit things together in a certain way. Isn't that the way with all storytelling? And so here we are. We could further ask, who are we? For we too appeared on this planet. We too slowly become conscious of ourselves and our world, which we recall in fragments. Like the morning I awoke to recall my son's words, we perhaps wonder if all those childhood days were even real. But then someone comes along and confirms the memory, and you realize it was so. We lived and grew, like the students in my kindergarten class, into visible expressions of consciousness in a material world. Expressing what? What essentially are we? What is inside that wants to come out, manifest itself? Freddie Mercury sings, "Look into my eyes and you'll see." What? What will you see as you look into Bobby's eyes or Yinlin's? What will a person gazing into our eyes see? Descartes, who had a God Almighty influence on the thinking of our modern world, wanted to make it all material and only material long ago. He got us on a false foot. He once described laughter as a procedure in which blood coming from the right-hand cavity of the heart through the central arterial vein causes the lungs to swell up suddenly and repeatedly, forcing the air they contain to rush out through the windpipe, where it forms an inarticulate, explosive sound. As the air is expelled, the lungs are swollen so much that they push against all the muscles of the diaphragm, chest, and throat, thus causing movement in the facial muscles with which these organs are connected. And it is just this facial expression, together with the inarticulate and explosive sound, that we call laughter. This is surely an insufficient description. Descartes wanted to rule out all conscious experience, though this is impossible. Similarly, his explanation is insufficient to describe the revulsion of Harlan's female colleagues, Bobby's delight in soapy bubbles, Yinlin's desire to share gum with her classmates, and everyone's curiosity about, or fear of, death. Love and hate and many other invisibles escaped Descartes' superficial construction. People, committed to such a vision of reality, refuse to sleep, refuse to dream. They become like walking zombies, awake, yet if you look into their eyes, what do you see? Both Canada and China were under Descartes' spell at the time of Yinlin and Bobby's birth, though China was more brutal and single-minded in their application of it. To the thinking of the age, words spoken in the dark were just that, words. Nothing else. Guttural noises, articulated in a speech apparatus. Best to avoid sleep and dreams altogether. Or if you must dream, then dream of a good revolution. Such dreams tended to take a darker tone of menacing justice. Canada and the West were less repressive, but not completely free from similar impulses. Fortunately for the West, there were and still are some dreamers. Perhaps China too, but against huge odds. Who are Bobby Young, Yin Dai, you and I? Well, we are surely this much. We are conscious beings in a material world. We may seem to appear from nowhere, but we are born into a context that includes ancestors and a history. Being conscious means that there is something about us that is not visible to the world, nor even perhaps to ourselves, but it is made manifest in our material existence. Bobby Young and Yin Dai are children. The dream of life has enchanted them and manifests in their actions. Bobby lives in a world of burning barrels, crazy Marys, and his father's tickles. He knows how to call the police. Yinlin lives in a world of balloons, pretty dresses, and bubble gum, yet wherever she goes there appears a snake that makes her shiver. In both worlds there are locked doors and dark windows. In both worlds they will mature to realize there are expectations about who and what we should appear to be. What does it mean to live in bodies, to experience the worlds of matter and consciousness? What dreams will define the material conditions of our lives? What effect will the material conditions have on the language of our dreams? Who are we, really?